Welcome to the deep dive. You've probably, definitely run into chatbots online, right? Those little windows that pop up on websites or in
Oh,
apps.
yeah. They're everywhere now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So today, we're not just going to acknowledge them. We're really diving deep into, what they actually are and how they're shaking up customer service.
It really is pretty remarkable how they've gone from like a novelty to being so central to how we interact online.
Hmm.
And we've got a ton of great material to work through here. Foundational stuff, real-world examples, the works. We're hoping to give you a much clearer picture of what they can do and maybe what they can't.
Yeah, exactly. We've gone through the what is a chatbot.pdf document, a whole stack of articles, IBM, Wikipedia, NIH, Oracle, Zendesk, AWS, Investopedia,
Yeah.
Arena, UltaHost, Parsimony, Perpetual AI, Centripe,
Clickatel, Dialzara, LinkedIn, Salesforce, Puzzle, Get Talkative.
Nextiva, and Neeple. Phew. So yeah, not just scratching the surface. We're looking at how they evolve, the tech behind them, how they stack up against, traditional customer service.
And importantly, how businesses can actually use them effectively. Best practices.
Right. So let's get started. What is a chatbot, fundamentally speaking?
Okay, so at its core, it's basically a computer program. It's built to simulate talking like a human.
Through text or voice, right?
Exactly, text or voice. And the magic behind it really involves two main things. Natural language processing, NLP,
Okay.
which is how it figures out what you're actually saying, the meaning behind the words, hopefully,
Mm-hmm.
and then artificial intelligence, AI.
Right. The AI is the brain part.
Sort of, yeah. It lets the chatbot process the information, learn from conversations it has, and figure out what to say back.
So it's not just like picking from a list of pre-written answers. Or is it sometime?
Well, it can be. There's definitely a spectrum. You have the simpler rule-based ones. You type X, it says Y. Very straightforward.
Okay.
But the more advanced ones, they use AI and machine learning. So they actually learn from the data, from past chats, and can personalize responses, adapt. They get better over time. It's quite a range.
Right. And it feels like they just sort of appeared recently, but the idea's been around a while, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah. Way back. The first concepts were actually floated in the 1960s. ELIZA was one of the famous early ones.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, very basic by today's standards, obviously. But the massive leaps in computing power, AI research, NLP, that's what's made them practical and ubiquitous today. It's gone from theory to, well, a business school.
And now you see them everywhere. Company websites, help desks, apps. They're often that first point of contact, aren't they? Offering that 24/7 support.
Exactly. That always-on availability is a huge piece of it. Handling common questions, improving user experience, at least that's the goal.
But to really get a handle on their impact, we need to compare them directly to, like, calling a support line or emailing a real person.
Definitely. Putting them side by side really clarifies the strengths and weaknesses.
Okay, let's break that down then. Chatbots versus human agents. What are the big differences? Availability seems like an obvious one.
Huge difference. Chatbots. 24/7, 365. They don't sleep, don't take holidays, don't care about time zones. Always there.
Right. Whereas human support teams have shifts, business hours.
Exactly. Limited availability. That's a clear win for chatbots if you need help at 3 a.m.
Okay. What about handling lots of requests at once? Scalability.
Ah, another massive point for chatbots. A single system can juggle, practically unlimited conversations at the same time.
Wow.
Yeah, the software just handles each one. Human agents, they can only handle one, maybe two or three chats, effectively at most.
So no more, your call is important to us, please hold. Or at least less of it for simple things.
Ideally, yeah.
Yeah.
That scalability difference directly impacts wait times, especially when things get busy. Chatbots just scale up.
Okay. But what about the actual answers? Are they consistent?
Consistency is generally a strength for chatbots.
Right.
Assuming, and this is key, assuming their information is correct and up to date,
Right.
they'll give the same answer to the same question every single time. Uniform. Humans, even with training,
Can vary. Different interpretations, maybe they're having an off day.
Precisely. Mood, experience level, slight misunderstandings. Human responses can fluctuate. So for reliable answers to standard questions, chatbots have an edge.
That makes sense. Okay. The big one, cost. I assume chatbots are cheaper.
In the long run, generally yes. Upfront investment, sure. But once it's running, automating all those routine chats significantly cuts operational costs. Fewer agents needed for the simple stuff.
Compared to salaries, benefits, training, office space for a large human team.
Exactly. Those are ongoing, significant expenses for traditional customer service. So Definite cost advantages with chatbots for high-volume, simple interactions.
And this feels like a big but. What happens when the question is like a simple? When it's complex or weird or maybe emotional?
Yeah, that's exactly where chatbots currently hit their limits. They're great for straightforward, factual stuff. What's my order status? What are your opening hours? Fine. But complex problems needing judgment, nuance, real empathy, understanding frustration or unique circumstances, that's where they struggle.
So if you have a really tricky billing issue or need some creative problem solving,
You need a human. Human agents excel at handling that complexity, building rapport, showing genuine empathy. That's tough, maybe impossible, for current AI to replicate authentically.
and that human touch is really important for loyalty, isn't it? Feeling understood.
Absolutely. Chatbots can use data for some personalization, like using your name or knowing your purchase history. Simple stuff.
Right.
But adapting on the fly, showing real understanding, making a connection, humans are far superior there, especially when things get sensitive.
Okay, so summarizing that comparison, chatbots win on being always available, handling huge volumes, giving consistent answers for basic things, and being cost-effective for routine tasks.
Yep.
But humans are essential for complex problems, dealing with emotions, empathy, and building real customer relationships.
Exactly. It really sounds like the best approach isn't choosing one or the other, is it? It's about blending them.
Finding that sweet spot, which leads us to, okay, how do companies actually do that effectively? What are the best practices for integrating chatbots?
Well, first things first, you need clear goals. What are you actually trying to achieve with the chatbot? Don't just deploy one because everyone else is.
Right, be specific.
Yeah, use SMART goals.
Mm-hmm.
Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound. Are you trying to cut response times by X%? Handle Y% of FAQ queries automatically.
Yeah.
Improve data accuracy. Define success upfront.
Makes sense. Know what you're aiming for. What else? Integration.
Oh, absolutely crucial. The chatbot can't live in a vacuum. It needs to be plugged into your other systems, your CRM.
Customer relationship management system, your customer database.
Exactly. Your contact center platform, any back-end systems with relevant info. It needs to talk to them.
Why is that so important?
So you have a unified view. If someone talks to the chatbot that needs a human, the human agent needs to see that chatbot conversation instantly. No asking the customer to repeat everything.
Okay. So seamless handoffs. That avoids frustration.
Totally. And that ties into omni-channel support too. Customers reach out in different ways: chat, email, social media, apps.
Mm-hmm.
Your chatbot strategy ideally needs to work across those channels, providing a consistent experience wherever the customer is. It shouldn't feel disjointed.
Okay, so consistency across channels. What about the chatbot's actual job? What should it automate?
Smart automation. Focus on the high-volume, low-complexity stuff: FAQs, order tracking, basic appointment scheduling. Free up your human agents for the valuable, complex interactions.
And the handoff needs to be smooth.
Absolutely. The chatbot needs to recognize, okay, this is beyond me, and transfer smoothly to a human with the context. All that chat history needs to go across.
Yeah, repeating yourself is the worst. That must require solid data management behind the scenes.
It does. Making sure customer data fields line up between the chatbot system, the CRM, everything else. It sounds technical, but getting it wrong leads to errors and a bad experience. Data accuracy is key for both the bot and the agent.
And then there's just how the chatbot feels to interact with the user
It's
experience.
hugely important. It needs to sound natural, or at least not obviously robotic and clunky. Reflect the brand's voice, give clear instructions, set expectations, tell the user what it can do.
Right, don't overpromise.
Exactly. Make
Yep.
it intuitive, easy to use. A bad chatbot interaction can definitely turn customers off.
And it's not like you just set it up and forget it.
No, definitely not.
Mm.
Continuous improvement is vital.
Yeah.
You need to keep updating its knowledge base, new products, new policies, new questions people are asking.
Learning from feedback.
Yes.
Yes.
Customer feedback, analytics on how conversations are going.
Yeah.
Use that to refine the responses, the conversation flows, and train your staff on how to work with the chatbot. And sometimes the chatbot itself needs ongoing training or updates.
And security, obviously. You're handling customer data.
Non-negotiable. Strong security measures, encryption, access controls. And you have to comply with data privacy regulations like GDPR. Protecting that data builds trust. Lose that trust, and you're in trouble.
Okay. And finally, how do you know if it's all working?
Monitor it constantly. Track the metrics you set out in your goals: response times, resolution rates, customer satisfaction scores after chatbot interactions. Use analytics and feedback loops.
So you can tweet things.
Precisely. It's an ongoing cycle. Implement, monitor, analyze, refine, repeat.
Okay, so putting it all together, chatbots are powerful for availability, scale, consistency, cost on routine things, huge advantages there.
Yeah,
But humans are still absolutely critical for complexity, empathy, relationship building, anything sensitive.
that's the balance.
And making it work means clear goals, tight integration with other systems, seamless handoffs, great user experience design, and just constant learning and improvement. Plus, rock solid security.
You've got it. It's not about replacement, it's about augmentation. Using each human and bot for what they do best to create a support system that's both efficient and genuinely helpful.
Right. Which brings us to a final thought for you listening. Thinking about all this, the strengths and weaknesses of bots and humans, what do you think the ideal mix looks like for customer support in the future? And maybe looking further ahead as AI keeps getting smarter, what else could chatbots do? Beyond just customer service, think about your own chatbot experiences. Maybe this gives you a new way to look at them next time one pops up. Thanks for diving deep with us today.